This video is brought to you in collaboration with WoWhead.com. Hello everyone. Battle for Azeroth will soon be upon us, with players old and new rejoining the fight. A fair few of you asked if I could do a recap on Legion, get you up to speed with what happened, and ready for the next expansion. Obviously, I'm not going to go into all the full details. I got a whole playlist with hours of material if you're interested in that. This is more for a catch-up and information that's useful for the next expansion.
You made a pact.
So Legion. That all began with the endings of Warlords of Draenor. Alternate Gul'dan sent over to our Azeroth to start a new invasion from the Legion. He travels to the Tomb of Sargeras, unlocks the power stored within, and he brings the Legion in. Khadgar and Maiev, they try to stop him, but they fail, to which Khadgar goes about warning the world, and the Alliance and Horde make the way to the Broken Shore. King Varian Wynn leads the assault for the Alliance, with Sylvanas Windrunner leading the Horde troops. With the remainder of our forces, they joined them later on. We fought very hard and killed many demons, but this was an invasion from the Legion unlike any that we've ever seen before. The Broken Shore was a death trap, and the Horde is unable to hold its ground. War Chief Vol'jin tells the Banshee Queen that they cannot die this day, so Sylvanas, she's forced to call the retreat, which appears to some amongst the Alliance as a betrayal. Varian is forced to sacrifice himself to give the troops a chance to escape, which means that with Varian disenchanted and Vol'jin dying to the demon's poison, some changes in leadership for both sides took place.
The spirits have granted me clarity, a vision. They whisper a name. Many will not understand, but you must step out of the shadows and lead. You must be War Chief.
Sylvanas is appointed to take over from Vol'jin, as he only recently was appointed to take over from Garrosh at the end of Mr. Pandaria. On the Alliance side, it's Varian's son Anduin that takes over, but he does not stand alone. The other leaders, they will help him out, with some of them crying out for vengeance for the betrayal on the Broken Shore, while others, they call for union. They cannot be fighting both each other and the Legion, so opinions are a bit divided. Jaina Proudmoore, for example, she's one of the stronger voices to be hostile towards the Horde. Once upon a time, she stood to the side for the sake of peace. As Vrou and Rexxar, they entered Veremore to take care of her hostile father, Admiral Dalen Proudmoore. Her people back at Kultiris, they could not really appreciate this, but the mage, since then, she's had quite a change of heart. After the bombing of her city Veremore, betrayal within Dalaran, and now this on the Broken Shore. Under her leadership, the Kirin will help defend against the Legion, but she will not allow the Horde back into their city. Yet Archmage Khadgar, he has other plans in mind, as he believes that we need to be together on this one, and he calls for a vote. Jaina warns them that if they decide to let the Horde back in, she will not be counted amongst their ranks. And since more voices did want the Horde to come back, she left them behind. For quite a while, we had no idea what she's actually been up to, but turns out that she's been fighting the Legion on her own.
Peace is not always the answer.
So the Legion at this point, they have a solid portal in the Tomb of Sargeras, with a steady flow of troops streaming into the world. Our assault to the Broken Shore, that was a bit of a failure, with many losses on both sides, so we had to come up with a plan. The world itself had something to say about that, with Magni Bronzebeard acting as a speaker. Around the Cataclysm time, he used an ancient Titan ritual to communicate with the world to figure out why the land was in turmoil. Instead of just communicating with the land, he actually became part of it. He was turned into a crystal. He was out of commission for 4 years, until the beginning of Legion. The dwarf woke up again, no longer as a king of the dwarves. He had become the speaker, speaking for the Titan spirit inside the world. She has shown him that the Legion is coming, and within Ulduar, he informs us about the Pillars of Creation. These are 5 mighty artifacts used by the Titan Keepers to bring order to the world after they defeated the Black Empire, and the Black Empire that was Azeroth ruled by the Old Gods. When the mission was complete, the Keepers sealed the artifacts away, but like so many artifacts before, they eventually fell into the hands of mortals. With these, we could seal off that gateway within the tomb, so we had to pick them up, scattered across the Broken Shore. Now with the factions not really liking each other, it fell to us to lead our classes, our order host to victory, while also picking up mighty artifacts of legend to aid us in the quests.
For Azeroth!
Azuna held the Tidestone of Golganev, which was wanted by Queen Azora and the Naga. They were once elves, but they lost the War of the Ancients over 10,000 years ago. This was the first time that the Legion tried to invade Azeroth, and their defeat, it forced them into an allegiance with the old gods, specifically N'Zoth, rumored to be set beneath the waves of Azeroth, which then turned them into the beings as we see them today. Val'sharah, that held the tear of Elune, and while searching for it, we discovered that the land was being taken over by Xavius the Nightmare Lord. We dealt with him, and with the Nightmare, but we did lose the green dragon Ysera along the way. High Mountain, that held the Hammer of Kaskarov, and to obtain it, we had to bring unity to the people of High Mountain, party with an uncorrupted black dragon called Ebonhorn, and become friendly with the Tauren. So friendly in fact, that they would eventually decide to join the Horde as a new allied race. Stormheim held the Aegis of Agramar, held by Keeper Odin, but he doesn't hand it over to just anyone, and we need to prove ourselves time and time again before he finally finds us worthy. Here, we also have a small taste of the faction war, as Gen Greymane and Sky Admiral Rogers, they take the assignments much further than Anduin had ordered. Rogers is still pissed about what the Horde did to her hometown of South Shore, well again, he feels betrayed by the events at the Broken Shore. Of course, there's also the history with Gilneas, the Forsaken, and Sylvanas killing his son. The Bench Queen herself, she's after enslaving Aer, a Titan Watcher with the power to create more Valkyr, which in turn could grant her more troops and keep her alive. For this, she makes a deal with Helya, the ruler of Helheim, but her plans are prevented, and even Helya goes down during the Trial of Valor raid. The rest of the conflict between Sylvanas and Greymane, between the Alliance and the Horde, that sadly only played out by taking towers from each other, towers that were apparently very important. Suramar held the Eye of Aman'Thul, the device that allowed the elves to shield their city during the War of the Ancients, which did indeed keep them safe, but it also transformed them into the Nightborn. We discover that the leader Elisand had decided to ally with Gul'dan and the Legion. Those that refused, those amongst their people that dared to speak out, they were kicked out of the city, so both factions, they helped with the Nightborn rebellion. Tron and the Night Elves, they did not really get along with the Nightborn, not like Liadrin and the Blood Elves did, who share a very similar history. So we retook Suramar, we took out the Warlock responsible for starting this new Legion invasion within the Nighthold raid, and we claimed the last pillar of creation that we needed. The Nightborn, they got along with the Horde so well that they eventually decided to join them as their new allied race. So the tools to seal the gateway, they were in our possession, but of course, you can't properly fight the Legion without the world's greatest demon hunter at your side. Maiev had already released the hunters trained by Illidan, and the man himself also made a return as we collected his soul and put it back into his body.
You have seen what I have seen. You know what we face. Now, mortals, follow me into the abyss.
We made our way through the Broken Shore. Even Anduin travels there to see with his own eyes what the world had to deal with, and he picks up Charlemagne, the blade of his father. Inside the tomb, we do use the pillars, but Kil'jaeden, he leads us into the twisting nether, all the way to Argus, former homeworld of Prophet Velen and the Draenei, now base of operations for Sargeras and the Legion. Illidan is well aware that if we are ever to truly stop the Legion, we have to take the battle to them. After taking out Kil'jaeden, he used the Sargerite keystone to not just get us home safely, he also opens up a massive rift between Argus and Azeroth.
What have you done? Sometimes the hand of fate must be forced.
Easy access for our enemy to come in and claim our world, so we quickly prepare our forces and we travel back to Argus, where we reconnect with heroes of the past. Heroes like Illyria Windrunner and Turellian, they were parts of the Alliance of Lordaeron and have been missing for many years. Turns out that they joined the Army of the Light under the guidance of the Naru Zera. Amongst their forces are the Light Force Draenei that like reconnected with the people so much that after the war against the Legion, they decided to join the Alliance as a brand new allied race. Illyria's path would not be of the light, instead she embraced the Void as a Void Elf and would after the war show others her ways, adding the Void Elves to the Alliance as a brand new allied race. While listening back to the recording, it almost sounds like I mean that some of the allied races joined during Legion and some after the war. Just to make it clear, all the allied races joined after the war against the Legion. In the present time though, we have Zera who believes that Illidan is part of a great destiny, the child of shadow and light, but Illidan disagrees.
The light will heal your scars.
I am my scars!
The light is your destiny.
My destiny is my own! You've faith has blinded you. There can be no chosen one. Only we can save ourselves.
No means no, but the mission still stands before us. We have to take the battle to the Legion and take care of them once and for all. Step by step, we secured more of the land of Argus. We fought our way to Antorus the Burning Throne. Now inside, we discovered that the Legion has been torturing the spirits of the Titans. The same Titans that had brought order to Azeroth and were struck down by Sargeras. We not only liberate them, we also take care of some of the mightiest forces that the Legion has to offer. Even the Titan spirit of Argus itself is turned against us. But with the aid of the Pantheon, we are able to claim victory. Yet Sargeras had not sat idle. His long dream of destroying Azeroth and stopping the Void Lord's ultimate plan of corrupting a slumbering Titan spirit, that was now within reach.
You have done well, mortals.
It is time.
We must gather our strength. Return home, children of Azeroth.
Kil'jaeden, we've done all we can.
Every choice, every sacrifice has led me to this moment. To face him once again.
You are not coming with us.
The hunter is nothing without the hunt. Did you not see this fate, Prophet?
Fate. Our survival was never in fate's hands. Light be with you, Kil'jaeden Stormwraith.
Brother, your crusade is over!
His sword penetrates the world straight into Silphus, but the leader of the Legion has been imprisoned, and Illidan, he decides to stay with him, for some reason. Now back home, we discover that having a sword stuck into the spirits, that was not really great. It wasn't a killing blow, but she's definitely wounded, and now her blood is spilling out. Azeroth is the talk of the town, a completely new substance for most, but not for just the Gallywix, the leader of the Goblins. When he had his people mine on the island of Gul'dan, they might have gone a little bit too deep and actually caused the destruction of the island. They did find Azeroth though, which he always kept in his cane, and with the sword sticking out of the world, it's become active again. Touching this stuff, it has some incredible effects on people. It gives you a feeling of being mighty. Thoughts will race through your brain, not simply calculating, cunning or clever thoughts, but shining, frighteningly brilliant ones. Innovative, creative, it can heal the soul, destroy civilizations. It is a power unlike any they have ever experienced.
This will change everything.
Gallywix has the people already mined the stuff, and his war chief gives the order to weaponize it as quickly as they can. The Alliance finds out about the operations, and when Anduin touches this new material, he has a similar reaction, but instead of conquest, his mind races to healing people. How many could this strengthen, soothe, invigorate and inspire? Yet he too realized that this Azeroth, it could also be used to kill, and the thought was a gut punch. There are definitely some voice amongst the Alliance that would love to use it in an offensive manner, but Anduin, he disagrees and they fall in line. At the time that I'm making this video, we're not exactly sure what the rest of the Horde thinks of Sylvanas' plans with the Azeroth. Hopefully, they will release more information, but Magni's message is very clear. They should not be mining it, they should not be fighting each other. All of us should focus on healing the world, or we might need to find a new one to call home.
The storm's gathering, hero. If we don't find a way to heal Azeroth, nothing else is gonna matter.
Those mighty artifacts to be collected, their sacrifice to cleanse the corruption from the blade, but it's going to take a whole lot more if you want to save the final Titan. The battle for Azeroth is upon us, be it for the sake of the world itself or for dominance over the land. War is upon us, and while opinions are divided on who started it, the time had come to pick your side, be it for the or
stand as one for the Alliance!
More allies will need to be recruited, more Azeroth will need to be gathered, and much more fighting needs to be done. We know that the faction war is going to play its part. We know that there are dark, ancient evils lurking beneath the surface. Who knows what else they might use for the expansion, but that is a tale for another day, as that would be spoiling too much. I have spent the last few months working on videos to get you better prepared for what's to come next. Videos like the story of Jaina, the story of Sourfang, the Zandalari, all kinds of subjects, what we know about them right now. I'll put a list down below if you're hungering for more information. And of course, if you want more details on all the things that we talked about today, check out the related WoW article in the description down below. For now though, thank you very much for watching everyone. Subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one. And until next time guys, see ya!